This is building flats for theater. We're going to build them at quarter size. First, gather all your materials and divide them up to what pieces are going to be your Hollywood flat and what pieces will be your Broadway theater flat. Remember, your theater flat is built on the face of the lumber, and your Hollywood flats are built in the frame with the edge of the lumber. We will be using covers for these flats. You'll have a soft cover for your Broadway theater flat and a hard cover for your Hollywood flat. To start with your Hollywood flat, we're going to set up all of your pieces. So you'll have 2 rails, 2 stiles, and 2 toggles. If we measure out the interior at 8 inches from either end, we can place your toggle. So 8 inches. I'm using 2x4s here to help apply pressure with the glue points. So at every connection of your frame, you want to have glue, and you want to have something that applies pressure to hold it in place while it dries. You can use white glue, and it needs to dry for a couple hours before you try and move it. Remember, your rails are always on the outside. The stiles are on the inside of the frame. Again, let it dry for a couple hours before moving. I'm using 2x4s. You can use books. You can use any item that's around your house to help apply that pressure. For your Broadway theater flat, remember now we're building the frame with its face down. Again, the rails will be on the outside. The stiles are inside of those. But now when we add toggles, we're also going to have to use a scab joint. That's going to be those corner blocks and those keystones. Again, I'm measuring from either end 8 inches to place my toggles inside of the flat. Once I have everything in place, I will be able to apply glue and apply all my corner blocks and keystones at the proper joints on the flat. The cornerstones on all 4 corners. Remember, the grain needs to be opposite of the joint. That makes it a stronger bond and holds it together. Once you have glued and placed all these items in place, you can put a cup or something, again with weight, to weight down all of those joints and let it dry for a couple hours before moving. Once both flats have dried, you can flip them over and you can use glue on the face of both the Hollywood flat and the theater flat to apply your piece of muslin on your Broadway flat and the piece of Luan on your Hollywood flat.